Hello, welcome to Raw Speaks Life. If you're new to my channel, my name is Rachel, and I'm so excited for you to be joining me today because it's my very first video of the new year of 2021. And in this channel, I am talking about how to improve your life. I'm sharing about my real life experiences of what I'm going through living in another country in South Korea, and just how to level up your life from day to day. So we'll talk about spiritual, mental, and physical health. All right, but today, because it's a new year, 2021, I want to talk about how to set goals and achieve them. So before we talk about the New Year's resolutions for 2021, let's reflect on last year's resolutions. What goals did you make last year? And how did it go? Were you able to achieve them? If you're like 80% of the population, then you probably failed or maybe even gave up after the first month or by mid-February. And many people do this, so I mean, it's kind of expected. We make these New Year's resolutions, but then we don't keep our goals and promises that we made to ourselves. But why is this? Why do we fail over and over again? There are 5 main reasons why people failed. Today, I'm going to share with you the 5 stumbling blocks that prevent us from reaching our goals, and also how to successfully reach your goals. All right, let's get started. Number 1, you keep using the same method. This is why you might be failing over and over again, is because instead of making new methods, making new plans, doing things in new ways, you keep doing the same thing over and over again and failing, doing the same mistakes. So what you need to do is you need to branch out, experiment, try new things. You need to actually first know yourself and realize your lifestyle, what works for you, and also you need to research and study about other people and what has worked for others. So it begins with first knowing yourself and knowing the things that you've already tried in the past. You shouldn't just repeat and keep doing the same things that you've done before, but now it's time to start doing new things. Be creative. Don't just settle with the trending fads, but try to think of your own creative ways to do things, because the trending fads don't always work for you. For example, the diet. It's not good to just always follow these fad diets, because it's exciting in the beginning, but then as soon as you mess up or you stop following the strict regimen of the diet, then you just lose that motivation and then you fall back in your old patterns and ways. So the important thing is that you know yourself well and you are able to find your own method, your own way to do things, and not fall into the same pattern that you did before. It's about the lifestyle and forming those habits. Number 2, you're impatient. The reason why you're not able to achieve your goals is maybe because you're giving up too early. You need to just wait it out, give it a little bit more time. You want your results too quickly and you're giving up too soon. You're not putting enough time and effort into the results that you're looking for. We have to be patient in order to get big results. Think about the long-term gain, because that will help you to gain more fruit in the end than a quick success. Number 3, you're inconsistent. This is because you're not following a plan. One day you do well with your goal, and then the next you may forget or fall back into your old patterns. So when this happens, it's like an up and down slope, and you actually might end up worse than you started. This might be because your goals are just too high. So the best thing to do is to start small in the beginning. Just make mini goals, because then it's easier to check them off. The goal is to make your everyday actions into a habit, and then those good habits will reap results. Number 4, your goals are unclear. Your goals are just a bit too vague. Maybe you're just setting goals for, oh, I just want to be healthy, or I just want to lose weight, but they're not very clear because you haven't actually set an actual target weight, a timeline, or an actual plan. If you want to track your goals wisely, you have to actually set SMART goals, which means they are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Number 5, you are making the wrong goals. Your goals do not align with your purpose and your lifestyle, so you lose inspiration and motivation along the way. It's important to think about the why behind all of your goals that you make. And write this down so you don't forget. Is the reason big enough to help you overcome those roadblocks that you encounter along the way? Make sure your lifestyle can realistically be adjusted in order to reach these goals. Also, make sure they are relevant to what you want to do in your long-term future. So how can you make the right goals going into 2021 for this new year? Number 1, you should have the right mindset. Start by renewing your mind. Leave the past failures behind, and you need to actually begin fresh. Don't follow the trends and goals that others are trying to follow, or that other people are just trying to push you to do. It's not about other people, about what other people want, but you have to think about your own life. But you have to make sure that your goals are according to your individuality. And most importantly, make sure that they are also aligning with God's goals and with God's will, because He knows what's best for your life as well. So I want to share this verse. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Romans 12:2. If you stick to your own values, and you're true to yourself, and you're true to what the Lord wants for you, and you do not conform to the pattern of this world, then you are setting yourself up for success, because God is going to be with you every step of the way. Number 2, pray about your goals. When you don't know what goals to set, that is the time that you can include God in the goal-making process. You need to ask God, what is it that He wants you to do in your life? Think about the long-term future. And when you are praying about it, also journal, just spend time in meditation and brainstorming about what exactly you want in your life. This can actually help you organize and clear your mind of other things, unnecessary things that you don't want, and help you have more clear direction of what you do want. Remember this verse. James 1:5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Number 3, center on the Lord. So don't just think about what you want for your life, but think about what does God want. Because God created and loves you. He knows the very best for your life. He also knows you inside and out, and He can help you to discern what to actually do in your life and what goals to set. So when you are centering the Lord, you automatically also pray, and as you're praying, ask for that discernment. Sometimes what we think we want and need is actually not always the best thing for us. But when we center on what God wants, then He will make sure that we are on the right path. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Number 4, give it your best effort. So be diligent and have a positive attitude, even when it's difficult. You don't want to be hasty and rush your plans, but you want to do it really well. You want to do a good job, and you want to take your time doing it. Proverbs 21:5 says, the plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. Last but not least, number 5, follow the desires of your heart. So make sure the goals that you're making are actually aligning with your own heart's desires. and they're not an obligation to please other people. When you put your whole heart into it, there's a change that will happen, and you will be successful in what you do. And even if you fail at it, you'll find meaning in the process because it aligns with your heart. So Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for the human masters." To conclude, the key ways to succeed in your goals is to keep trying new methods, take your time, make habits, have clear aim, and make sure you know the why behind your goals. If you want to make goals that align with God's will, it's important to renew your mind, to pray, commit your plans to the Lord, be diligent, and put your whole heart into it. So, I hope these tips helps you to make new and exciting goals for this year. I'll conclude with this last verse because it also shows that God is also doing a new thing. Isaiah 43:19. "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." All right, I hope you enjoyed the session with me, and I'll see you for my next video.